SHEMBE, the original serpent. Get the fuck back into Eden. Last video, and mind your language, please. This is what we're about. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to do. It's been quite a marathon, me trying to put these points down. But I think what I've done is basically given you guys the attributes of God versus the attributes of the serpent. What I have done is I've pointed out the fact that when God speaks, it tends to sound like a lie off the bat. Off the bat, your first impression, it's a lie. But if you scratch a little bit deeper, that's the truth. But when we're dealing with the snake and the serpent, off the bat, it's the truth. If you scratch a little bit deeper, it's a lie. That's not what he meant. You know what I mean? And this all comes from the story of Adam. How Adam and Eve were misled, right, into believing that, no, you won't die. Your eyes will be open. Yes, that is true. But when you look at it, it's a lie that you will not die. Because you did die. Your function in the garden, your activities in the garden will come to an end. And that is a death that's probably worse than death itself, than mortality itself. So, what I'm pointing out now is the fact that that is the principle, right? Now we stepped it down, we looked at the original author of the Bible. And this is what I'm saying, that the original author would write things down in the Bible. Like, for example, Jesus saying, this generation will not pass away until they see the Son of Man coming to reestablish, to implement the kingdom of heaven on earth. And you realize, oh, hang on. This is a lie. It's an obvious lie. But if you scratch a little bit deeper, you realize, oh, the whole point of this was to reveal that the truth of the matter is that the groom of heaven, there will be a personality that comes like a groom that will prepare the way for the coming Christ or the coming Messiah. When he shows up immediately, eminently within the generation of the groom showing up, the bride will show up. That's the truth. And where I'm pointing this out to is the fact that a man called SHEMBE is actually the groom of heaven. Actually. So what do I mean by actually? So what I'm saying is the difference between literature and reality. So what happens, and this is what I'm going to say to you, that SHEMBE, now I'm going to go step it further. SHEMBE is regarded as the original serpent. Why do I say this? He says something that at face value is obviously true. If you are a Bible holder or you say you believe in the Bible, you're called, you have faith, right? You will believe that Jehovah is God. Anybody that holds the Bible would say that Jehovah is God. Jehovah is our God. There's nothing wrong with that. And this is what I'm trying to point out. Right. That there's a difference between the literature, the story, and reality. So what SHEMBE does is what we call recognizing the principle and demonstrating the principle. He's able to extract the principle from the story that there's a groom of heaven. He recognizes it and is able to demonstrate and apply the principle. Black magic. Black magic. Right. So this is what I'm saying. So this is the difference between Nazareth and any other Christian denomination. You understand what I mean? So this, when SHEMBE says in the Sabbath prayer, and I'm gonna just point it out. Let me just find the Sabbath prayer. When SHEMBE says in the Sabbath prayer, and I'm gonna read it out. Right. I'm going to read it out. Point 3 of the Sabbath prayer. Msabeni Jehova zizukulwana nezizukulwana. Ligcine imithetho yakhe. Anilobela yona uJehova ngenceku yakhe uMose. Ukuze ukudumisa kwenu kwamukele uThixo Umkhosi. Be afraid of Jehovah, Manazareta, and observe the law that was given to Moses. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds normal. Any Bible-holding Christian could say that. But now, what is different? What SHEMBE does here, he tells an obvious truth, but when you scratch a little bit deeper, like, why do I say scratch a little bit deeper? And look at it, the last thing that he says in his Sabbath prayer is, let me just say, okay, point number 16 of the Sabbath prayer. Ekusihawukeleni kukaJehova ekudukeni kwethu emthethweni wakhe. Wasibuyisela kuye ukube sibuyele sibe ngabantwana bakhe njengoba singabantwana bakhe kakade. So this is saying, in God feeling remorseful over us, Jehovah has returned us from us being lost and returned us to being his children, just as we have been his children from the very beginning. So now somebody might be thinking, wait, are Zulu people Jehovah's children? Because we know the Bible is talking about Jehovah as Israel and it's, the sons of Jacob. What do the Zulu people have to do with the sons of Jacob? Is he saying that we are the sons of Jacob? No, he even goes far. No. The ancestors he refers to. Ningabi njengoba baba benu. Odingani noSenza ngakhona. Dingani and Senza ngakhona were the ancestors of who now? What does Jehovah have to do with the Zulu ancestors? Well, let's go forward. And in the last, when it ends, it goes, point 52 of the Sabbath prayer. Alikhumbule into kaSenza ngakhona nodingani echithekileyo. Alibothe ekuchithekeni kwayo. Amen. That's the only thing he really asked from the God of the Bible. Jehovah re-established the Zulu kingdom. Indlu kaSenza ngakhona nodingani. That's very specific. The Zulu kingdom. Interesting, right? What does the king of the Jews have to do with the Zulu kingdom? What the hell? So we see what I mean by Isaiah SHEMBE says an obvious truth that Jehovah is our God, but we look a bit closer. What? What's up with this guy, though? What's he saying? Because we all know that the Bible talks about Jehovah promising to establish his chosen people, his covenant people, as Israel. It would have been better if SHEMBE had said, no, guys, we are Israel now, single Israel, and just kept consistent. Jehovah, we are Judah, we are Israel. And then let's pretend that we are Israel. No, what SHEMBE does is very interesting. And you know why he does this? And it's not odd. And why it is true? Because if I were to describe the true God, how would I describe the true God? So the purpose of the Bible being written is giving the human being the tools to be able to describe the groom of heaven and the bride of heaven, who will be the true God. And SHEMBE is a man that is aware of this. So when we refer to Jehovah, it's only in terms of saying, hey man, if you want to know who our God is, in principle, if you know who Jehovah is, that's who our God is. That's the word that would best describe our God. But who is our God? INKOSI YASE PHAKAMENI. And how does INKOSI YASE PHAKAMENI come? If you pay attention to the Amanazareta rituals and customs and how they observe the Sabbath, is that when INKOSI YASE PHAKAMENI is depicted as a man coming to the bride, to the groom, to the congregation, like a bride. And this is why you see SHEMBE coming with the hat and the little scarf and the dress, coming to answer the prayer of the Amanazaret. So this fits very textbook in line with what's written in the scriptures, that the groom of heaven came, Jesus came, and he promised that his helper, his bride, will come after him eminently. So what I am saying to you guys now is that SHEMBE was truthful. In the previous video I said SHEMBE was truthful because he said by the time, in the time of his grandchildren are still alive. And what I'm trying to announce to you guys is that the Umnigazi, the true Christ, the true INKOSI YASE PHAKAMENI, that's coming like a bride to answer his prayer, is in your midst. And who is alive from SHEMBE's bloodline? As evidence, his grandchildren are still alive. His son, his very own son, passed away in 1995. When the true Christ was alive already. So what I'm trying to say is that he was not lying. He came like the groom, said, yo, peep game, niggas, the guy's coming through. And now the guy came through. And he's here to do this. And this, basically, the template that you're looking at is evidence of that. In 2018, I made this declaration that the King of the Jews, Jehovah, is here to reestablish the Zulu kingdom. And what does the Zulu kingdom mean? The Zulu kingdom is basically the kingdom or the system of things that the king Senzangakona and Dingane lived by. The Zulu people lived in an environment that was equitable and skill-driven. That's how you would describe the economy of the Zulu people. The Zulu people were not limited ever by money. The Zulu people reaped where they sowed. Right now, we live in an environment where we don't reap where we sow. And hell no, we gotta chase the money to stay alive. So if I don't have money, I can't do anything. So it doesn't matter whether I have the skill or not. I can't decide on anything. The guy with the money makes the rules. So this is the environment that we live in. So to answer SHEMBE's prayer is not about re-establishing the Zulu monarch. It is about bringing us as human beings back to the way of life that our ancestors lived in principle. And this is what it's about. So what I want to end this with is I'm going to say something very controversial, is that the lie here is that, and I want to jump into this. Let me actually jump into it and actually, let me just jump into it and say, this is the point I'm trying to make. Alright, you guys are seeing that? Obvious lie, but if you investigate, it's true. Man. Me, let me just say me. Good malice. And then desire. So the truth is that Isaiah SHEMBE came to show us the way to heaven. Right. But the lie is that heaven is in ZULU. What was the ZULU kingdom? Right. See, obvious truth. I'm going to go and say another truth and a lie. Jehovah INKOSI YASE PHAKAMENI. Right. So this is how Isaiah SHEMBE misleads people into following the movement. Right? First of all, anybody that's a Bible reader or that chooses to believe in the Bible or take up the faith that is inspired by the Christian, when they talk of heaven, they talk about a place you go when you die. So SHEMBE misleads people into thinking that it's about the place they go when they die, when it's in fact a place that was here on earth, which was the kingdom of heaven on earth. This is the ZULU kingdom. Another lie, truth that he says Jehovah is the God of Amanazareta, when in fact it's actually INKOSI YASE PHAKAMENI, the coming Son of Man, who will re-establish the ZULU kingdom. What? You may say, what was the ZULU kingdom? So you see what I'm saying? Snake qualities, God quality now. So just going into it and just tying this point up. Isaiah SHEMBE, obvious truth, but if you investigate, it's a lie. Shows us the way to heaven. When we find out, no, the heaven he's talking about is the ZULU kingdom that was. The truth is Jehovah God. Jehovah is the God of Amanazareth. The lie is that it's actually INKOSI YASE PHAKAMENI, the coming Son of Man who will re-establish the kingdom that was the ZULU kingdom. So now, this is what I'm here to say. If I make a statement, it's gonna sound like a lie. The truth is, I am the founder of the Nazareth movement. Right? That's a lie, actually. Right? The truth is, Isaiah And this was quite funny. It's a lie, but if you investigate it, it's true, because the truth is, I demonstrate the ability to verify the doctrine of the founder. So what I'm trying to point out here is to say that when you look at the customs of the Nazareta movement, you find that it describes a doctrine or the understanding of the Bible. And the doctrine here is really that the true God of the INKOSI PHAKAMENI is depicted as a bride coming to answer the prayer of the congregation. In Zulu says, Umakoti wasezulwini. This is the doctrine that has been verified by me and the life's work test. So this is why that is the truth. So if you pay attention, it might sound like I'm lying, because I wasn't there 200 years ago. I wasn't even born yet. Right. And what I was going to say now, the truth of the matter is, the lie here is that, right, the king that is coming after is the custodian of the movement. The movement the truth is, Isaiah SHEMBE never claimed to be the custodian of the movement. The only claim that he made was that the custodian of the movement chose to be called SHEMBE and be referred to as INKOSI PHAKAMENI. So this is the idea behind what I'm saying, guys, and I hope this makes sense. But we'll tie up this video here and fuck out of here. Get back into Eden. So this is essentially how SHEMBE created a way for us to go back into Eden. Back into Eden. And how we go back into Eden is re-establishing what was the closest thing to Eden: a financial ecosystem, a skill-driven, equitable economy. So that is basically what this is about. So if there's a heaven that we're going to, that is the heaven that we're going to. It is not about anything else. It's not about this place that your spirits go when you're dead. It's absolutely about the kingdom that we are going to be establishing and implementing here on earth in the world of the living. Alright. Sweet, guys.